Language is a powerful tool. It shapes our thoughts and actions, reflecting our perceptions of the world. Language and gender interplay crucially. It can reinforce or challenge stereotypes. Understanding this promotes equality and respect. Recognizing language's power is the first step. Before delving into the intercases of language and gender, it is crucial to establish a clear understanding of the difference between sex and gender. While often used interchangeably, these terms represent distinct concepts. Sex refers to the biological attributes that distinguish males and females. These attributes include chromosomes, hormones, and reproductive organs. Gender, on the other hand, is a social construct that encompasses the roles, behaviors, expressions, and identities associated with being a man, woman, or gender-diverse individual. It is not solely determined by biological sex, but shaped by societal norms, expectations, and cultural beliefs. In similar terms, sex is about our biology, while gender is about how we express ourselves and interact with the world based on societal expectations. Recognizing the distinction between sex and gender is crucial for understanding the complexities of language and gender. Gender identity, which refers to an individual's deeply felt sense of their own gender, can align with or differ from the sex assigned to them at birth. It is essential to respect individuals' gender identities and use language that affirms their self-identification. Understanding the difference between sex and gender allows us to move beyond binary classifications and acknowledge the spectrum of gender identities and expressions. This understanding is crucial for fostering inclusivity and respect in our communication and interactions. Gendered language refers to the ways in which language reflects and reinforces societal views about gender. It encompasses various linguistic elements, including pronouns, nouns, adjectives, and even verb choices. Understanding how language can be gendered is essential for recognizing and challenging gender bias in our communication. One prominent example of gendered language is the use of masculine pronouns as generic terms. For instance, the statement "everyone should bring his own lunch" assumes a male default and excludes individuals who do not identify as male. Similarly, using gendered job titles like policeman or fireman can perpetuate the notion that certain professions are inherently masculine. Moreover, language can perpetuate gender stereotypes through the use of adjectives. Women are often described as emotional, sensitive, or nurturing, while men might be characterized as strong, rational, or assertive. These stereotypical portrayals can limit our understanding of individuals' capabilities and reinforce traditional gender roles. By becoming aware of these subtle but pervious examples of gendered language, we can make conscious choices to use more inclusive and respectful alternatives. Choosing gender-neutral language not only promotes equality but also reflects a deeper understanding of the diversity of human experiences. Do women and men speak the same language? Men and women often have different communication styles. Women may use more tentative language like sort of or kind of. Men often use more assertive language. These are general tendencies, not rules. Communication styles are widely. Respectful communication strategies for inclusive language. Promoting gender-neutral language is essential for fostering inclusivity and respect in our communication. By adopting gender-neutral language, we can create a more welcoming and equitable environment for all individuals regardless of their gender identity. One effective strategy is to use gender-neutral job titles. Instead of policeman or stewardess, options for police officer and flight attendant. Similarly, when referring to a person of unknown gender or a group comprising individuals or different genders, use they or them instead of defaulting to he or she. For instance, instead of saying each student should bring his own laptop, say all students should bring their own laptops. Challenge gender assumptions in your language. Be mindful of phrases that perpetuate stereotypes. For instance, instead of assuming a doctor is male, use gender-neutral language or clarify pronouns when necessary. For example, instead of ask your doctor if he recommends this medication, say ask your doctor if they recommend this medication or ask your doctor for their recommendation on this medication. By incorporating these strategies into our daily communication, we can create a more inclusive and respectful society for all genders. Thank you for listening to me. This was the thing that I have covered in my video, and we have talked about language and gender with different aspects. So we have discovered different outlines, that we can talk about. Thank you for listening to me.